Live and on demand from the WNY News Now studios in downtown Jamestown. This is WNY News Now.
And thanks for joining us for WNY News Now. I'm Justin Gould. Here's what's happening. The wife of a man shot during a dispute at the Bullfrog speaks with us exclusively. Hear how her husband is doing. Plus, why the state may be adding another tax. But first, Chief Forecaster Dakota Hunter is live with a look at our weather. Hey, Dakota.
Hey, Justin, and happy Monday, everybody. We made it through the weekend, and we'll give you a live look from the Mill Creek Mall Sky Vision camera. You can see the raindrops on the camera lens. It is a wet day with that temperature of 47 degrees. The high temperatures today for most areas are likely going to occur later in the day as a warm front actually moves through. Here it is on First Defense Doppler. That's the rain I showed you close in on the camera. It is all moving to the northeast, and this will continue throughout the day today. And then temperatures actually go the opposite direction as we go through the day tomorrow. 40 over 39 was the high and low yesterday. Again, temperatures have not budged much, pretty much over the past 24 hours. 59 and 6 below is in the record books for today. We're going to be nowhere near any of those records, and officially 0.02 of an inch has been gauged at the Jamestown Airport north of the city today. These are the high temperatures for Jamestown. Temperatures not moving much through the day. The temperatures will rise as we go later in the day, though, and if you're near the Lake Erie shoreline, you're likely going to see a high temperature in the 50s, but big changes are on the way tomorrow. We'll talk about it in just a few. Justin?
Alrighty, Dakota, thank you very much. Our top story, the wife of a man shot during a dispute at a Jamestown bar last month is speaking out. Erica Neubauer, the wife of Tony Neubauer, says her husband was shot during an incident at the Bullfrog Hotel Bar and Grill in the early morning hours of Saturday, November 30th. Now, it's still unclear what caused the dispute between Tony Neubauer and an unidentified shooter. Erica hopes that justice will be served.
Did what went on that night warrant being shot twice? I don't feel it did.
Now, Jamestown Police Chief Harry Snellings told us last week that the shooter is being cooperative with their investigation. Furthermore, Snellings says that police are waiting to hear from the victim before proceeding further with the case. Coming up, we hear more from Erica and how her husband is medically doing right now. That coming up in a live interview in just a few. Other news we're following, though. A North Carolina man was arrested Friday for criminal possession of a firearm during the Jamestown Christmas parade. New York State Police, they say they pulled over this man, 21-year-old Tim Batchelor, on 4th Street for allegedly driving around a traffic barricade. Now, troopers say a handgun was observed in plain sight inside the vehicle. Batchelor was placed under arrest when troopers confirmed that he did not have a New York State pistol permit. And New York is planning to allow more local health centers and clinics to offer needle exchanges in hopes of reducing the number of opioid overdoses and deaths. The state health department approved the emergency regulation last month. New York has 24 sites that trade dirty syringes for clean ones, and Democrat Governor Andrew Cuomo's administration wants to expand that number. The new rules will allow LGBTQ centers, local health departments, and other facilities apply to offer such a service. New York's health department plans to spend $250,000 for syringes and disposal containers, gloves, and alcohol pads. Now, state health officials say over 3,000 New Yorkers died from overdoses in 2017. That number up by 1,000 in 2010. Experts also point to striking HIV rates linked to dirty syringes. And a new study finds adding a nickel deposit on wine and liquor here in New York would keep them out of the trash, but also increase the cost to retailers. The Rochester Institute of Technology's Pollution Prevention Institute study, completed in November, looks at the cost of expanding New York's bottled deposit program. Now, New York's Department of Environmental Conservation had commissioned the study. The study examined the bottle bill, which would increase recycling rates of wine and liquor bottles by 65, but it could also cost New Yorkers over $4,000 New York's over 4,000 wine and liquor stores, nearly $36 million in additional costs. Now, just 3 states, Iowa, Maine, and Vermont, include wine and liquor bottles in deposit programs. Environmental groups hope that New York expands its bottle bill in 2020. Well, the Jamestown High School Orchestra will hold their annual holiday tour this week at the Chautauqua Mall. Officials say the tour will take place this Friday at 7 o'clock. Now, the concert's free, and it features the Symphonic Chamber and full concert orchestras. They'll perform such works as Do You Hear What I Hear, Christmas Eve, All Is Calm, Barber of the Seville Overture, and the famed Sleigh Ride. The community is encouraged and welcome to attend the annual holiday concert. Certainly a good one, and we'll be looking forward to it come this Friday. Hopefully everyone is having a great start to their Monday. Thanks so much for joining us here on WNY News Now. Let's take a look at the comments and see what people are saying. Hello to Michael. Great to see you here on the broadcast. Thanks for tuning in. Hello to Lori. Hopefully you're doing well. Hello to Paul. Hello to Edwin. Hopefully you are well as well. Raymond, good to see you. David, great to have you on the broadcast. He says, good afternoon, guys. Hope you're having a great day, and no snow. Yeah, certainly we woke up without some of the white stuff around, and the warmer temperatures today too, so if you can, get out and enjoy it. Got to say hello to Pam, hello to Renee, hello to Lori, and hello to Christine, who's watching us from LaGuardia Airport. Hopefully you're traveling safe, Christine. Thanks so much for being here with us, and certainly a lot of people are out there and enjoying the day, and certainly a warm-up that is coming our way. Straight ahead, how one local group here in Chautauqua County is giving back to troops overseas. But first, we hear from the wife of a man shot during an incident at a local bar last month. Our exclusive interview next. Dakota.
And we'll give you a live look coming from the Seneca Allegheny Casino. You can see the fog overhead and some of the rain falling out there in Cattaraugus County. That will continue, but big changes are on the way over the next 24 hours. That is next as WNY News Now continues in a minute. Don't go away.
Live and on demand, you're watching WNY News Now.
EagleZip.com is your local one-stop shop for all of your home and business computer needs. Located on Fluvan Avenue Extension, just outside of Jamestown, EagleZip.com sells and services all brands of desktops and laptops, as well as servers and network equipment for your business. All new computer sales include transferring your data from your old computer plus a 2-year warranty. Call EagleZip.com today.
Stop by EagleZip.com today and let us make computers easy for you.
Happy holidays from WNY News Now.
Want weather now? Download the WNY News Now mobile app and stay up to date on severe weather alerts. Plus, anytime hazardous weather strikes, stick with the Southern Tier's only 24/7 streaming network that keeps you safe. You're all in a tornado warning, so now is the time to go to a safe place, small room, lowest floor, near the center, away from windows. What are you waiting for? Download the WNY News Now mobile app today. It's free in the Apple App Store and Google Play Store.
And welcome back to WNY News Now live at noon. It's been more than a week since a shooting has left a family searching for answers at a local bar near Jamestown. Erica Neubauer, she's the wife of the victim shot, and she joins us on the program today. Erica, thank you so much for being here. First of all, how is your husband Tony doing?
He's just graduated from the ICU yesterday, so he's improving slowly but surely. He's got his humor about him, so that's a big deal, you know. So, but he's hanging in there.
Certainly, I imagine it's a very scary situation for you and your family. What has that been like since probably getting the call from the police that you found your husband was shot?
It's been a rocky road. The kids have they didn't really understand, and now that they've gotten to see their dad in the hospital, they are like realizing that this is actually a real thing, and it's kind of stressful on them, to say the least. And we're just trying to stay strong for him.
Now, I know we talked last week on the phone in preparation for this interview, and at that point, there was still so much uncertainty medically with your husband. I know we talked about how he was, having trouble sometimes feeling his lower extremities of his
Yes.
body. Is that still the case today?
Yes, he's still unable to wiggle his toes and stuff like that. He's got some feeling above the knee, but other than that, his lower legs are not really responding.
Now, the Jamestown Police Department is investigating this case. We've talked to officials there who aren't able to comment too much because of the ongoing nature of this investigation, but investigators say that they were going to talk to both sides of the situation, both the alleged shooter and the victim, your husband. Have police spoke to your husband since the shooting?
No, they have not. And when I spoke to the police, they mentioned about that they wanted to talk to him first.
Okay.
As soon as he was able to speak, and the nurses were to get a hold of them. Well, they did, and they still haven't come, apparently.
Okay, and just your husband is at Hammett Hospital, correct,
Yes.
in Erie? Okay. Now, there's still a lot that is unknown about this shooting publicly. I know that there's a lot going out over social media right now. There's a group calling for justice. Did you start that group, or did other people?
I did not. It was started by others, and it's just humbling to see how many supporters he's got.
Yeah, certainly it is, and a lot of people certainly up in arms that the alleged shooter is still out at large at this point.
Yeah.
What is the thing that you really want to see come out of this investigation by the police? And I'm sure you're probably looking for justice.
Absolutely, because did what went on that night warrant being shot twice? I don't feel it did. So justice needs to be served.
Do you know what happened that evening?
I know bits and pieces. I don't know. I didn't ask Tony yesterday. Yesterday was the first time we were able to speak to him, without the ventilator. And I didn't want to go into super details. I just told him that everybody was at home supporting him, and he got a little teary-eyed, and it was beautiful to see that he understands that everybody back here is just rooting for him.
Certainly it is, and it seems like at this point there's more than likely a pretty long road to recovery for him.
Yeah.
Okay, well, we thank you so much for being here with us today on the program, and certainly, finally, I want to ask you, what message do you have to the community, maybe to some of the supporters that you've had online? Certainly, I know in the next 2 weeks or even more than that, it'll probably be a pretty tough time for you and your family.
Yeah, I just want to say thank you so much to everybody. We've got supporters that they just saw the signs at the parade and wanted to help the cause. They heard a little bit about it, but we've got close friends and family as well. So it's a broad spectrum, but thank you so much, and keep praying because he needs your prayers.
Certainly, and as the police continue their investigation, they will try to keep us in the loop, and we'll let you know what happens as well throughout the course of the next few weeks and days. Erica, thanks so much for joining us here on the broadcast. God bless you and your family, and I'm so sorry for what did happen to you guys.
Thank you.
So, when we come back, Chief Forecaster Dakota Hunter, he's here with a look at our weather forecast for this week. Stay with us.
Pronto Mart, not your average corner store. Located on the corner of Forest and Newland Avenues in Jamestown, Proctor Mart has everything you've been looking for. An amazing selection of hot foods, a large variety of premier headgear, and smoking accessories to fit any style. Proctor Mart, not your average corner store. Stop in and visit us today.
Wishing you a safe and happy holiday season. WNY News Now, the Jolly Team, where coverage comes first.
There's an old saying, there's no news in the newsroom. Well, it's true. The time I spend at the anchor desk is just part of my day. Most of our time is spent gathering stories in the community, stories that matter to you. We can't do it alone, and we need your help. When you see breaking news or have a news tip we should know about, drop us a line on Facebook today, email our news desk, or call our newsroom at 488-7226 so we can bring those stories straight back to you.
First Defense Weather, the Southern Tier's only live and local weather source. Now, here's Chief Forecaster Dakota Hunter.
Welcome back. 39 here this morning, 46 in Dunkirk. Look at Erie. Almost close to 50 degrees this morning was the low temperature, and it was a mild morning, but for most areas, the high temperatures will not occur until later in the day. So area-wide rain this afternoon. The Tuesday highs that you see on the forecast panel are going to be very early in the day. Temperatures will fall through the 30s and will likely end the day likely into the mid to upper 20s for most areas, and it will be cooler with lake effect snow setting up Tuesday night through Wednesday. Now, the early indications suggest it could have been heavy, but now the models have really pushed it back, and so we don't think a lot of heavier snow will be here. Here's where the future temperatures are going. This is by midnight, so if you're near the Lake Erie shoreline, your high temperature for tomorrow is likely going to occur around midnight. 51 Erie, 52 Dunkirk, right near the Lake Erie shoreline. That's the high temperature. As we go throughout the early morning hours, high temperatures will continue to occur from west to east, and the temperatures will slide as a cold front moves through. This is by the time 6 a.m. starts. By the time we start the day tomorrow, most everybody will likely be into the 40s, a few upper 30s as we go through the afternoon. By the time we go on the air at noon tomorrow, most everybody will likely be into the lower 30s, maybe a few mid 30s right near the Lake Erie shoreline, but everybody upper 20s to lower 30s. And then, of course, that will allow a changeover from rain to snow overnight. And then here we go by 5 o'clock as we end the day, most everybody down into the 20s. So it's a day of temperatures going the opposite direction, and that's associated with a cold front. And again, we've been talking about that pretty much almost all week last week. First Defense Doppler on the time lapse. You can see the rain moving on through, and we'll zoom in into Chautauqua County, put the live sweep on. You can see all this rain is moving to the northeast, and that will continue through the day today. Here it is on Future Scan. Just the widespread rain will continue throughout the day. It may turn into a few more pockets of scattered rain later in the day. Here we go. Colder air filters in, changes it over to snow. You can see the essence of that lake effect starting to set up, but it doesn't look as intense as it once did, but there is the potential for maybe a few heavier snow bands within this. So not out of the question, some of the snow could be heavy at times, especially in the most organized snow bands. So how much snow are we talking about here? This goes all the way until Wednesday morning. We're likely looking at about 1 to 3 inches lower elevations, 2 to 4 on the hills. It's not going to be anything noteworthy, but again, I think we will see some accumulation. 40 right now at that south wind of 10. Here we go with the zone forecast. Eastern areas here. This is by the end of the day. So temperatures will go up from here as we go through the afternoon, but lower 40s for most areas. The next 7 days of your life, there they are. Now the low temperature you see 45, that is likely going to be the high and low for today. Temperatures rise overnight, 49 dropping to the lower 20s, 21 tomorrow night, lake snow Wednesday, Thursday a few leftover snow showers, 28, Friday partly sunny, going back around 40 degrees, and then we turn around average for the weekend. Sports is next. Don't go away.
When you're on the go, stay in the know by downloading the WNY News Now mobile app. Stay up to date on local news, weather, and sports that matter to you. Plus, subscribe to breaking news and weather alerts from the team that puts coverage first. In addition, watch news as it happens with the Southern Tier's only 24/7 streaming network. Download the WNY News Now app right now. It's free on the Apple App Store and Google Play Store.
Happy holidays from WNY News Now. WNY Sports Now is powered by Phone Zone of Jamestown. With the largest inventory around, we buy and sell our own merchandise at a price that can't be beat. Have a broken screen? We'll fix it. Learn more at phonezoneshop.com.
Happy Manic Monday, sports fans, and welcome back to WNY News Now. I'm Norm Rodriguez with a look at sports. Earlier this morning, the Chautauqua Sports Hall of Fame released a biography of one of the upcoming class of 2020 members, George Batatas. A native of Syracuse, Batatas graduated from Most Holy Rosary School in 1944. A World War II veteran, Batatas served in the U.S. Navy on the USS Rakeen as a submariner. Batatas earned a bachelor's degree from Ithaca College in 1953 and a master's in '65 from SUNY Buffalo. For 33 years, Batatas was the athletic director at Jamestown Community College, getting presented with the John D. Hamilton Humanitarian Award in 2008 by the JCC Foundation. Batatas passed away in 2014. The Buffalo Bills were handed their third loss at home on the season on Sunday, falling short against the Baltimore Ravens 24-17. Josh Allen went 17 of 39 passing for just 146 yards and a touchdown, fumbling the ball twice and losing one. Devin Singletary ran for a game-high 89 yards. Cole Beasley caught an Allen touchdown pass for the 6th time in the last 8 games. On Baltimore's end, Lamar Jackson cracked the 1,000-yard rushing plateau with a 40-yard game, becoming just the second QB to hit that mark. Jackson also threw 3 touchdowns. The Ravens defense sacked Allen 6 times. Now at 9-4, Buffalo's next game will be on Sunday night primetime at 8:20 as they will take on the Pittsburgh Steelers. Both teams currently hold 2 of the 4 AFC wildcard spots. With an 8:15 kickoff tonight, the 5-7 Philadelphia Eagles will host the 2-10 New York Giants for an NFC East Monday Night Football battle, with both teams looking to end losing skids. Philly has lost 3 straight, their recent one a 37-31 loss versus the Miami Dolphins. Meanwhile, the Giants have lost their last 8 games, including a 31-13 loss against the Green Bay Packers in their last game. Eli Manning, who was benched earlier this season, will start for the first time since Week 2, with rookie Daniel Jones out with a high ankle sprain. Philly has an even 82% chance to end their losing streak, this according to ESPN's Power Football Index. Tonight's game will be televised on ESPN. That's it for sports today. Back to Justin and Dakota.
Alrighty, Norm, thank you very much. Well, the community came together over the weekend to package gifts and needed supplies for servicemen and women overseas. The annual effort, hosted by the Blue Star Mothers Group here in Chautauqua County, aims to fill thousands of boxes with a little piece of home. Susan Raleigh, president of the Blue Star Mothers Lake Erie, New York Chapter 4, says anything from toothbrushes to beef jerky are packaged together for the troops. Furthermore, Raleigh says that she's overcome by the amount of community support that fuels her mission.
But what makes me happy is it's not just our veterans groups that are here, it's our community. And to see, when you have a child serving, to see our community come together like this is just, it fills my heart to know that they're standing behind what our children are doing.
Now, last year, the mothers sent 1,000 boxes to troops overseas. Raleigh's goal is to do that again this year. Now, in addition to the hundreds of community volunteers who helped build the packages, several servicemen and women came out to do their part as well. Now, this year, Jamestown Container donated boxes and JRSC Express donated the shipping supplies to help streamline that process. Certainly great to see, Dakota, and you see some of the thank you notes that the Blue Star Mothers Group proudly puts out at the entrance of the hall there, and it's really great to see these great community members, men and women, come together to really work together for a good cause.
And, you know, I think we mentioned that in the air last week. I mean, you know, that is a fantastic program, and, you know, I just wish that kind of program existed, you know,
everywhere. I mean, honestly,
everywhere, and even back years ago. I mean, you know.
And the one thing that Raleigh told us, which really stuck out to me, and we have much more on this on WNYNewsNow.com and on our mobile app. The event happened Saturday. We ran the story a few hours after that. And she said when she goes to national conferences over the summer and talks to other Blue Star Mothers groups, they are one of the top in the nation who has the number of boxes sent to soldiers right here in Chautauqua County in
That's a
Western New
feat.
York. Yeah, it really is. And it goes to show you how the community comes together for anything, right? For people who maybe are sick and they need a benefit for a fundraiser, or for a lost dog or a cat, or for troops overseas. They really come together, and it's another great reason that why I'm so proud to call this home. So it's really, really incredible. So thank you to them.
Indeed, thank you.
So let's get a final check of our weather forecast. And Dakota, it feels like spring right now out there.
It does, but it won't be lasting that way for long. Temperatures will go the opposite direction tomorrow. So again, this is the forecast snowfall going all the way through Wednesday morning. We're likely looking at about 1 to 3 to 2 to 4 inches. Not a big deal, but again, when you compare to where the temperatures are right now, I mean, it is just kind of ridiculous when you think about it. Temperatures rise overnight, fall through the day tomorrow, and temperatures return to winter-like as we go throughout the week, and temperatures going around average for the weekend.
Alrighty, certainly if you can, get out and enjoy it, although right now it looks like it's pretty wet.
Oh yeah,
will probably
it's
be
wet.
that way.
And it will be that way through the
a
day.
little while, yeah. So we leave you with the Burtis Bay camera over Chautauqua Lake, and yeah, it's pouring. What are you gonna do?
It's wet.
It's wet. News continues 24/7 at WNYNewsNow.com. We remind you, when you're on the go, stay in the know by downloading our mobile app. Subscribe to breaking news push notifications and top stories alerts. Just search WNY News Now on the Apple App Store and Google Play Store. It is free. That's it for us. We are back tomorrow right here at noon on Facebook Live and on WNY News Now's 24/7 streaming network. Hope to see you there.